So yeah, the bubble. Yeah, it's a bit different to usual, obviously, and yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to, I guess. Kind of. So it feels like we've gone back maybe 10 weeks or so, and it's all very strict and probably more strict than on the outside. Definitely more strict than Bournemouth Beach. And yeah, so it's kind of well, exactly what it says on the tin, like a bubble, and kind of social distancing. We've got our masks, and yeah, we're kind of just spending lots of time in our room in between, and then obviously we started training yesterday, which was great to get back out there, and yeah, just keeping our distance, I'd say.
Was the protocol like Desert Island Discs or something? Were you allowed to bring a book, a piece of music, a luxury item? What have you brought with you?
It's like the generation game, isn't it? I think I bought a coffee machine. Also, yeah, I bought a few books, and I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, obviously Netflix and all that kind of stuff. Watch Liverpool win the league, which is good to watch, and yeah, the lads keeping themselves busy. We've got a few things in the we've got a sort of team area, and there's a few different games and stuff to keep the lads busy. A golf simulator and stuff, and then obviously the golf course here is keeping people busy as well, and stuff like that. But I'm rooming next to Jofra, and Jofra arrived last night, and he was straight onto gaming, and wow, he's loud.
Not your speed, that is it? That
no, I'm not a gamer, but yeah, I wish I was during lockdown. To be honest, would have kept me busy, but no, he's got his headphones on, so you can't hear anyone else, but you can just hear him shouting at people and telling them that they're rubbish at whatever he's playing.
and did you have your first sort of full net session yesterday with in groups?
Yeah, we had two groups, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So yeah, it went well. It was nice to be back out there, kind of dusty off the cobwebs, and yeah, it was good. And yeah, obviously a long day for the coaches with two groups, but it was a hot day, and good to be back out there.
Good to have Moeen back in the spin group. We know how well you worked with him when back in Sri Lanka, particularly. You know, you really formed quite a tight bond there. Good to have him back to bounce off and talk spin.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to have Mo back here. I think all the boys love having him around. He's a great character, and yeah, he's great for me. So yeah, looking forward to kind of working closely, or well, social distance, but closely. But yeah, no, it's good to chat with him, and I wasn't in his group yesterday, but hoping to sort of bowl with him in the nets as we go forward.
Cheers, Danny.
Okay, John Etheridge, then Shield Berry.
Jack, morning. I don't want to dwell on this, but I've got to ask about the drones. Have you had to take extra precautions because of it?
I might get asked that. No, not really. I guess I guess it was kind of weird the whole winter, obviously getting ill quite a bit, and then kind of this pandemic, and yeah, I sort of spoke to my consultant and doctors, and they felt that, you know, the medication that I'm on puts me at a little bit of a higher risk, but you know, actually what I did come through in the winter suggests that I can fight things off quite well, and I'm probably not as high a risk as others on that medication, maybe. So, and also the fact that my Crohn's is under control is great for me. Lucky that that's the case, and also the fact that I'm fit and reasonably healthy apart from that gives me a good chance as well. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing everything I need to do, more for you know, everyone else around me, and sort of just to stick by the rules. But I mean, I'm not too nervous about if I got it. I do kind of wonder whether I had it in South Africa, but you know, I guess we'll never know. But you know, if you had those symptoms that I had in South Africa, now you'd be like, oh, this is definitely coronavirus. So yeah, feel healthy and fit, and just want to stay that way as much as possible. And obviously feel quite safe here in a biosecure environment. It's good for that.
You had that scary time in New Zealand, and as you say, you came home early from South Africa. How concerning is it that the illness is sort of taking quite significant bites out of your career?
There's nothing I can really do about what happened in the winter. It's quite unfortunate how it happened, and you know, it's kind of the way it is. So I just have to sort of take it on. I think I'm quite lucky actually that my Crohn's is under control, and you know, people suffer a lot worse than me. So yeah, I guess it's something that I don't feel sorry for myself, and yeah, obviously I want to play as much cricket as possible, but kind of just keep looking forward and trying to get as much cricket as I can going forward, and stay fit and healthy.
Sorry, Jack, to go back to Hamilton, could you just summarise for us what happened there, and then summarise what you went through in South Africa, just briefly?
Yeah. So I had in Hamilton, I went down with some food poisoning, I think, and that sort of progressed quite dramatically through a sort of 12-hour period, and it turned into sort of sepsis, and yeah, I was in a very, very bad way. I sort of remember that clearly and felt not good at all, and yeah, so that was there, and I got some great medical help in New Zealand, and started to come through it okay, and travelled back from New Zealand. I think, to be fair, I think I probably didn't really realise how bad I was, and how long it probably took me to recover from that. And then it was only a week later that we went to South Africa. So very tough ask to then be ready for another international tour, probably, looking back, and then picked up another, obviously with all the travel, picked up this cough, temperature, and just felt shattered. And obviously, having been through what I had been in New Zealand, the medication I was on, I struggled to fight that off as well, and just ended up feeling like my energy levels were so low. And yes, that was in the start of South Africa. Then there was this team bug going around. Obviously, I caught that because I catch everything. Yeah, that was sort of lost a lot of weight there, and still tried to come back there for Cape Town, and I think the test after that, Port Elizabeth, and it just wasn't happening. It felt like I was trying to push, and I wasn't feeling right. So the best thing we decided was for me to come home and sort of start from a much lower level, I guess, and not just try and join in with the lads at 100%, and you know, build things up more gradually, ready for the Sri Lanka series. Then yeah, that all sort of was building back up nicely. Then had a little tear in my calf, just to add something else in, and that was 2 weeks out, and yeah, managed to sort of get myself ready for Sri Lanka. Got out there, and then there was a pandemic, and we got sent home.
Please, thank you for the summary of that. Can you just tell us what your daily routine is like in the Ageas Bowl? You wake up, what do? Do you go to the breakfast room, or do you have it in your room? But just a flavour of the daily routine you're going through, please.
Yeah, so get up, go to breakfast as normal, but I think the difference is it's like you're all at individual tables. It feels like when you were doing your exams at school and you're all in a row. So that's a bit weird, and you're looking at the back of someone's head. So bit strange, but obviously, you know, you still interact, talk to people and whatever, but just all from a distance. You know, you go in one way, you leave another way. It's all sort of set out a certain way, and you know, there's hand sanitizer everywhere, and yeah, kind of then, you know, the lads.
So is the line breaking up?
Can you hear me?
Danny, the line's breaking up.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can all hear you fine, Jack.
Yeah, and then you know, there's one.
Yeah, thanks. So what happens in the dressing room?
In the dressing room, it's all very spaced out. We're not actually in the dressing room. The room, we sort of have our bags in a room, and then we kind of take them out for training and have them all spaced out outside. Yeah, it's kind of like, reminds me of club nets in a way, like where you all kind of put your bag down and find a space, and away you go. So yeah, not much. I guess the thing the doc said is the more time we can be outside, the better. And then inside, just sticking to social distancing and face masks and that kind of thing.
Okay, we'll go with Simon Wilde.
Hi, Jack. You and Dom are obviously good mates, and the dream would be for you to play together. But if there's only one of you, who's the man in possession? Do you feel like you're the number one still?
To be honest, I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm thinking about trying to bring my best to the England sort of setup. I feel like I haven't done that yet, and I think you know, it takes a bit of working out mentally of how you want to go about things. And obviously, you know, you come from county cricket where you feel like you massively belong, and you kind of do that through performing over and over. Here, I feel like I haven't done that yet, and I think I have a better understanding of why that is, and I think a lot of it is mental, and kind of that's my main aim, is just to bring my best to the party. And I think if I do that, then I won't be far away. Yeah, I think you know, we've got 5 really good spinners here. So and what's great about this setup is obviously it feels kind of like everything to play for, like 30 guys all playing for spots. So there's lots of competition throughout the squad, and spin's no different. So yeah, I think it's about us all working together to all be at our best, and yeah, then it's up to the selectors and not up to us who obviously takes that spot. But yeah, obviously you know, I'm so glad to see Mo back as well. Like you know, when Mo's at his best, he's an unbelievable player. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
You spinners had a little bit of a sort of group, didn't you, in Sri Lanka last 2 winters ago?
Yeah.
You were a little bit of a unit. Can you replicate that, given that you're not able to sort of sit around the same table and have a chat? Will you be able to do any of that sort of stuff, work as a little unit?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think as it goes on more, it will definitely be that'll be able to happen more. I think the way it is at the moment in 2 groups, but you know, we still chat you know, at dinner or when we're passing, is how was today, how did it ball come out, thoughts on the wickets and all this kind of thing. So you know, there's general chat that goes on, and yeah, I think there's no reason why we can't work hard together on our skills. I've already had a good chat with Mo about you know, what he's working on, what I'm working on, and yeah, that's fun for us. I think spinners are always kind of sort of, you feel on your own a little bit trying to, like, in a team. You might be the only spinner, so it's definitely important in a bigger squad to make the most of everyone who bowls spin. And we've also got Richard Dawson, who's fitted in really well, and he's been down at Taunton with me and Bessie during the last few weeks, so it's good to have him on board as well.
Thank you.
Okay, Lawrence, please.
Hi, Jack. You're talking earlier about some of the games and tours you've had to miss. I mean, on the flip side, you've had a bit of a breather. Can an experience like that even prolong your career a bit?
Yeah, I think that's obviously the way to look at it. I think that's the way that I am definitely looking at it. Is I guess it gives you a lot of time to reflect on what's been and then what could be to come. So I've definitely done that. I think it makes you realise how much you enjoy what you do, and yeah, definitely the reflection has been a positive thing. Obviously, my body feels fresh and ready to go, and I want to play cricket for as long as possible at the highest standard possible. So I feel that I'm in a good place to play for a long time.
Have you? You said there's been a bit of time for reflection. Looking back at what you've done so far for England, is there anything you do differently, in the months and years ahead?
I won't run halfway down the wicket when we need 2 to win. But anything I do differently, I think for me, I think a lot about the game, and I think a lot about my game, and probably overthink at times. So for me, it's about getting my practice right and my preparation right, leading into games, to leave me feeling in a good place, ready to go. I think what I've done on the field has been good, but I still feel like I haven't. We kind of judge ourselves on numbers and things like that, but actually it's just about how the ball feels like it's coming out, and I feel like I can do that side of things a little bit better, and and for me that's not a technical thing, it's more of a mental thing, so that's what I've been working hard on with several people, but I'm excited about what's to come.
So sort of relaxing a bit more, would that be the basic sort of idea?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's hard to just relax. I guess you have to sort of understand what makes you tick. And I think actually I try and control things so much through. I think the more I think about something, the more I'll be able to control it. Whereas actually sometimes when you're in automatic, you kind of do it a lot better, and it's about unlocking that as much as possible. I guess I think to my best moments, and there hasn't been a lot going through my mind, and I think back to that moment, like that innings where I was out there with Stokes, and how focused I felt, but how it was just real simple what I was trying to do. And I think I want to apply that to my bowling as well, and try and obviously find that sort of headspace where I can give my absolute best.
Thank you.
Stefan.
Yeah, just to pick up on that, Jack, really, when you're saying that you don't think that England, or you don't think you've been at your best for England yet, you've got 34 wickets at 29 in your 10 test matches, which is, at least respectable, even better than that. But are you talking about that to be at your best, it's actually a personal thing, and it's all about your mentality and not necessarily about the numbers on the page?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's absolutely right. I don't have much more to add to that, apart from, I want to stay in that positive sort of frame of mind, and be, I think it is a lot down to how I feel out there. I want to feel comfortable. I don't want to be thinking like overthinking, I guess, is the thing. And for me, my practice and preparation is something that I feel I can get better, and it can be more. I can make it work better for me, and that's been a lot in my thoughts. And kind of we play this team game, but you see, it's about individuals getting themselves ready for the game, and I think I just need to give that a bit more thought, which will then help me going into games. So I've been doing that, and it's definitely been making a difference to how I feel.
And in those 10 test matches, probably the two things that you're best remembered for are a Headingley and the innings at Lords. In a strange way, as a bowler, is it frustrating that you're remembered most at the moment for your batting? And in the rest of your career, are you hoping to perform at such a level with the ball that at the end of it, they might go, he was a brilliant bowler, and he actually played a couple of good knocks as well?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell people in the pub when I'm older that I opened the batting for England. So I don't really care how I'm remembered, I guess. I definitely, obviously, I pride myself on my bowling, I guess, because that's why I would be picked in the team is to do that. And I want to be sort of bowling teams out on the last day, and that's what I kind of want to be remembered for. But I mean, it's going to be hard not to, like, everyone talks about Headingley, and it will be hard for people not to remember that. But obviously I'm working hard at bowling. I'm working hard at batting as well. So yeah, it is a little bit strange, and I guess it's something that I want to keep, or I want to stay in. I guess those moments make you want to play more in the team. So the more I'm going to be in the team for longer if I'm bowling well. And then if I keep getting remembered for batting innings, I can take that. But I'll be obviously doing something right if I'm playing a lot.
Thanks very much.
Any more questions? No. Okay.
Can I just ask, are your lunches and dinners the same on your own table in the hotel by yourselves?
Yeah, lunch is actually over this side, in between training sessions. But yeah, very similar setup, like on your own.
When Jack says this side, it means the pavilion in between the two dressing rooms.
Yeah.
Can I just check what the protocol, Jack or Danny, really, on celebrating wickets and stuff? Because in the West Indies match that I've just been at, they were high-fiving and handshaking and stuff.
Who, me? Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
So I think the doctors are encouraging that we fist bump or use your elbow to celebrate. We'll try and get some clarification on that, but they're trying to, I suppose, discourage the players from high-fiving when taking wickets. But things might change when we get into a contact cluster as such, where like a large household, where we can start doing a little bit more of the normal things that we are used to.
The West Indies did the elbow thing for about 2 wickets, then they gave up.
Okay. Interesting.
Thanks.
Okay. Just a reminder, 6 p.m. Saturday, the 27th of June, tomorrow evening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Cheers.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Danny.
Visual.